Welcome to Nalla Narasimha Reddy Education Society's group of institutions, Integrated Campus, Hyderabad, Structural Engineering 1, Unit 2, Reinforced Cement Concrete, RCC. I'm Dr. A. Mahesh Babu, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. We'll continue types of cracks in this video. In region 2, here both types of cracks will be there. That is due to flexure strength and shear. The failures occurs due to bending moment and shear as explained in previous video. The cracks in the regions are initiated at the tension phase, travel vertically due to flexure, and gradually tend to develop in the inclined direction towards the neutral axis as the shear stress goes on increasing towards neutral axis. See, the cracks in the region 2 are initiated at the tension force particularly and gradually tend to develop at the inclined direction towards the neutral axis. Since the cracks developed under the combined action of beam and shear, these cracks are known as flexure shear cracks. In region 2, what are the cracks? In first one, in region, what you observe? In region 1, only flexure shear cracks, that is flexure only. In bending moment, in region 1, here if you see, in region 1, if you see in region 1, flexure cracks, only bending moment flexure cracks, okay? In region 2, see if you observe, these are slightly inclined towards an neutral axis, that is in region 2, right? And in continuation, if you see that region 2, the failures cracks due to flexure shear, both bending due to bending moment and shear that's developed at the bottom straight up to the some level and inclination towards the neutral axis. This is case 2. In region 3, if you see, this is region 3, here see here not type, this is region 3, right? This is region 3. In region 3, region of web shear cracks or diagonal tension cracks will be developed. These regions are adjacent to each support, near the support, where shear force is maximum, predominant. As you know, the shear force is maximum at the end, your end, right? See, okay. See here, if you see, here if you see, here center is maximum, it is at the end is maximum. See here, if you see like this, in the region, okay, in this way, in this region too, because of cracks developed due to only shear, bending moment is very less. Since shear stress is maximum at the edge, inclined cracks start developed and elements subject to pure shear. Hence, these cracks are diagonal web cracks. What are the factors affecting the shear resistance of a RCC member? What are the factors shear resistance? See why this shear failures occurs. The shear resistance of rectangular beams without shear reinforcement depends of the following factor. If you don't provide, see this, you can do mini project also, because you can compare it with the stirrups and without stirrups. How variation, mini project or major project. First one is a grade of concrete. This is you have to do in lab. See this grade of concrete is why it is important. The depend upon grade of concrete, the shear resistance will be more or less. If higher grade of concrete used in the construction of the structural element, higher characteristic, say M25, M30, M35 or M40, that which results higher tensile strength. What is characteristic we discussed in first unit. So according to that, if you used higher grade of concrete, higher grade of concrete used in the construction, you will have higher tensile strength. So the failure will not occur. Greater dual shear resistance. Second point is greater dual shear resistance. And this also we studied. Greater aggregate interlocking capacity. See, there should be good bond between aggregates, that is fine aggregates, coarse aggregates, and cement. And greater concrete strength in compression zone. Hence, shear resistance increases with increase in the grade of concrete. See, first factor is depend upon the grade of concrete. Grade of concrete. So these factors mainly, because if you use higher grade of concrete, you will have less shear cracks and you will need less vertical stirrups or inclined stirrups. And second point is greater dual shear resistance. Third one is the bond should be greater between aggregates increase. When greater aggregates interline capacity and greater concrete strength in compression zones, shear resistance increases with increases in the grade of concrete. This is first one. And percentage and grade of longitudinal reinforcement. See, as per norms, this as per repeatedly I am telling you because of this code book is very important, and the minimum tensile reinforcement and maximum tensile reinforcement given by provisions in the IS 456. According to that, you have to provide. If you provide according to that, you will not see these type of failures. And the factor resistances, one is percentage and grade of longitudinal tensile reinforcement. And increase in percentage, that is percentage of steel tensile reinforcement, PT, longitudinal tensile reinforcement, results increase in 12 shear, that is VE. It will increase shear resistance. Due to this reason, design could make shear strength of concrete function of PT. Here, there is a good relation between your, see, how they will ask you a question in different competitive examination. Here, they define beautifully the shear strength of a concrete, PT of grade and your concrete grade. There is a relation between. That's why Design Code developed a table that you will see table 5.1 in the IS code book 5.1 you will observe. Why? Because this code table 5.1 developed by, this is the reason the concrete is strength of shear concrete, that is shear strength of to C of concrete is a function of percentage of steel. That's why this table developed. According to that, we have to provide steel, say percentage of steel, higher grade of steel than required for low grade steel. So if you provide instead of mild steel higher grade HYCD bars and required reinforcement, you will observe less shear cracks. You will have more shear resistance. Thank you. We'll see some more.